All right, hello everybody. I was trolling around YouTube, didn't see any baseball being played, so thought I just felt like listening to a baseball game. So we'll just went on a Harwell game. So again, this is this is a heavily modified and still in progress, adding players, stuff like that, to this really fun roster set. So you'll see here in the next day the calendar really fills up. So we're still kind of at the very beginning of the season. So not a lot to pick up from tonight, but at least we get to see some maybe teams we don't do a lot. At least too much. So it looks like we're gonna do. I think we're gonna do California and Oakland. So I'm gonna do a little bit more modern baseball here tonight. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you don't catch it now, you caught it later. Again, Wednesday night on YouTube. It is 11:56 p.m. Yeah. So, but if, just a little bit of news first of all. Paul Fay's been teasing, just really teasing a lot of new screenshots for. Um, hey, Samuel Smith. Good evening. Teasing a lot of new screenshots with the new features for Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. I can't wait, man. So one of the things that's really cool is you can use meeples. So board gamers, you know what meeples are. You can use them. You can design your own, which is really cool. Your own jerseys and stuff. You can also choose to just have names in the field, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be player picks, which that's the one I'm really waiting for a project that I have in mind, in which people can just choose a game from history. We'll play it as we're talking about the game, because the beauty about uh, Pocket Pennant Run Baseball is I don't have to install the season just to play a game, which is really nice. I know in the past I've done a couple games like the Braves Pirates 1992 NLCS, which, by the way, on my channel, Pirates won, and no, I didn't rig it. But to sift through all these seasons and go and just to install a season for one game, you know, just not fun. I mean, I've thought about it in those other games. Okay, maybe pick some games from history. Create like a sort of league or a tournament or something like that, and out of the park baseball or um, action PC, whatever, and play the game and whatever. But it seems like for right now, maybe a bit more trouble than I want to go to, and it'd be a great way to just show off Pocket Pennant Run and have some fun with down the line. Clee baseball fan Tim mentioned that he felt that the ABCD ratings were not enough. Well, a lot of people have been saying that, but it was actually Paul Fay, the play tester, who really thought about that first. And so I don't know when that's going to be coming in the update, but it's going to be a lot more granular. So you're going to see players with minus and plus ratings and stuff like that. So patience, but it's still a very solid baseball game. Still haven't heard yet when I just know it's supposed to be sometime this summer when they're going to update full count baseball. I know I've been telling you guys that I haven't really been playing it because of the AI manager's weird tendency to in pinch hitters like in the first inning. So the easiest obvious workaround is just set both teams to human manager, and then just kind of use common sense. I mean, just the way that you would play, maybe make some house rules, maybe, similar to something like Pocket Pennant Run or wherever, or inside pitch or strat or whatever, where the pitcher gives up, like more than 3 runs in a game, then he's going to, then you want to bring in a reliever or something. Full count baseball is really good. I think once the patch comes out where proper drive mapping will go and you can actually go into the game and start creating manager profiles and stuff like that, it's going to be great. Again, the graphics, the ballpark's very 80s looking, but what a great game it is. So I keep checking lhgames.net about, at least once a week, because I really do love the game. No sound or anything. The play-by-play is a little bit rudimentary, but it's such a fun game. But for right now, guys, I encourage you to download it. It is free, and thank you to Jason Leonard for bringing Lance Hafner's classic to in a way that we can play it on modern machines with any sort of emulators or messing around with DOSBox or anything like that. Samuel Smith says, let's put this up here. He says the Major League 4 movie is going straight to video. Yeah, Buzzbot says, yeah, usually if something goes straight to video, not a good sign. I mean, Major League 2 and Major League 3 sucked. So much as I love baseball movies, that's just not gonna, you know, you're not. I mean, you can't. I mean, that original cast and the original premise of the movie was amazing, and I wish they would have left it alone. Kind of like Sandlot. Sandlot is such a classic, and Sandlot 2 just blows, man. It blows, it blows, it blows, it blows. So Samuel, he's always got his finger on the pulse of the baseball sim community, and he says the full count won't be finished before summer. Okay, so maybe sometime in the autumn. But in the meantime, I might do a game or two here every once in a while, just manage both teams and just let it play, and maybe have some house rules going, maybe some things to chat, or might chat say, look, this guy's getting shelled, pull him, whatever, because it is such a full featured game. Samuel continues to be nice to repackage full count and sell for a small price for nostalgia. I would buy it. I mean, if Jason, once he can get the drive mapping down, and it's fully functional and manager profiles and stuff like that, because right now you either got to set lineups manually, or you let the computer randomly generate them. I'm not sure what algorithm the computer is using, but it's, you do have to do some adjustments. But all that being said, it's really, really a fun game. Every bit as important as Micro League Baseball. Was out around the same time, actually much deeper than Micro League Baseball as well. And I know Jason's added a lot to it. When you bought the game originally, my understanding, I never played it. When you bought the game, you didn't get like every season. This has everything, everything go back to 1871. So it's full count baseball. Up to the present day, mix and match, play any two teams against each other. A super, super, super deep program. So thank you, Jason Leonard, whoever you are, for that. But yeah, I would buy it. Dude, Samuel, I would buy that game. If they want to put it out for $25, $30, I'd buy it. I would buy it, $30. It's worth it. Even though the ballpark's a game, they're very sort of, I don't even know if they're quite VGA. I guess they would be, because there's some greens and stuff in there. I don't know. I was playing Amiga when all the IBM users thought they had great computers that had VGA, and it's like, and we're Amiga users, like, really, hold our beers, man. We got real time multitasking, 4096 colors, so bite us. But nonetheless, I don't care about the looks of the game. What does it play? And I really do love full count baseball. And plus, I never got a chance to play it when it was first out. Lance Hafner didn't have the same budget as Micro League. So, again, look forward to that. Yeah, Major League 2. It was pretty much a copy of 1. It really was. I mean, right? So they win the pennant, and then they're kind of like, man, and then they sort of get sort of lackadaisical, and then they come back. There was no right. I mean, it's just like you had the players, Jake Taylor. I mean, they were all misfits. He'd seen better days in the majors. You had Willie Mays Hayes, who wasn't even supposed to be on the team, and of course, Wild Thing, right? California Penal League, and Bob Euchre, and like Serrano, man. I mean, it was great. It was such a nation. There's just certain movies you can't. There's certain things like, okay, like, so The Godfather, right? The first sequel ever in history. Many people argue The Godfather Part 2 is greater than the first one. I think they're awesome. Francis Ford Coppola should not have done the third one, although on its own it's a good gangster movie, but it's not a Godfather movie. The Lord of the Rings, obviously, and in fact, those are too short. But there's some movies, just, you shouldn't touch them. They're great on their own, and leave them that way. So yeah, Bernie Strong. Hey Bernie, how you doing, Bernie? We're getting some feedback on the latest Diamonds and Dice, and I mean, got to give Bernie all the credit. It was his idea. Thank you, community, YouTube sports gaming community, specifically baseball. for enjoying our Diamonds and Dice broadcast. Our next one is going to be around the time of my natal anniversary. So Bernie and I don't quite have a topic yet, but we had some good, lively feedback about the quest for the perfect baseball sim. We'll probably revisit that topic down the line. Any topic is worth revisiting. So I don't know what's coming up next. Bernie and I usually brainstorm these things about a week and a half out. And, as we like to say, you guys are the stars. So the August edition will be on Bernie's channel. So Bernie's very, very good. He's sort of like the P.T. Barnum of advertising. So hang in there and check it out. If you guys enjoy Diamonds and Dice, we love having you guys on. We actually had Tim on the mic with us, Clee Baseball Fan 879, which we didn't plan, but Tim was a perfect foil because Bernie and I buy damn near anything baseball out there. How about it, Bern? And Tim pretty much plays strat. That's what he plays. He somehow resists the temptation of buying tons of base. Now Bernie's got me beat as far as the numbers of baseball games. I probably have 30 or 40. Bernie's got probably 4,972 or something like that. But nonetheless, we're both compulsive buyers of baseball games, and Tim plays strat. So it was really cool to get to get Tim's perspective. So we're just doing a little recap here before we start because I'm not calling this game. Ernie is. So yeah, first Jaws was great. Bad sequels, Sam. Yeah, I know. I mean, just no good at all. No good at all. No good at all. So EFIS, I don't have Apple TV. I have too many streaming services right now, but maybe down the line I'll drop something. I'm about ready for another go through of Sons of Anarchy, so I'm going to hold on to Hulu for a little while. But yeah, I know one thing: no Paramount Plus. I was about to do Paramount Plus until this bullshit financial decision. My arse. We know what's going on. Anyhow, or I know what's going on. So anyhow, so there we go. I don't know if I have any other. I don't have any other baseball news that I can think of. Baseball gaming news, I should say. Played a nice game of Pure Sim baseball the other day for giggles. I love that game. Want to do more with it. And as always, waiting for Richard Dombrov to at least fix the font scaling because I do want to do more with that game as well. Dombrov Baseball Sim, just super, super neat. All right, so I'm going to be modern baseball tonight. I want to start getting into like the later right. You can see now we're going to be starting to see full game day schedules where we can pick, some games that have some pretty amazing lineups here. Like, for interested, we've got the Tigers at the Orioles. So Hal Newhouser versus Mike Mussina. I mean, that's going to be a great one. All kinds of good stuff here. But I don't want to do any short shrift. So it looks like tonight, I think we're gonna do. What did I say here? We're gonna do a California and Oakland. So it's going to be Holtzman against Finley. So a battle of two southpaws. All right. So, and I'll pop in every once in a while. Everybody wants to talk. I can always put Ernie on pause, but this is also just a way to give you guys a break from me blathering on. All right. So if there are no questions, yeah, you have questions, your papers, please. Going to go ahead and jump into this and mute my mic so you guys don't get echoed to death. All right.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell, bringing you California Angels baseball. Glad to have you with us for Big League Baseball. You're on 66 WAPBA. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting Oakland Athletics will test the Angels at home. Their record now, 1-1. This is the third of a three-game set. The Angels have won one and lost one. The Angels take the field here in the first. Defensively for California, Baylor at first base, Canop at second, DeCicina the shortstop, the Sensei at third, and the outfield. In left is Salmon, and center Pearson, and over in right Downing. Rogers is behind the plate and pitching for the Angels. The port-sider Finley. Finley's arsenal includes a fair strikeout pitch. He will be facing Athletic starter left-hander Holtzman. So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Here's Henderson to start it off. Pretty good with his stick. To date, 2 hits in 10 trips. He's walked 3 times. He has stolen 1 base and been caught once. Pitcher Finley eyeing Henderson. Now he's ready. The pitch. Henderson chops it toward Baylor. He backs up and plays the big hop. He waves off Finley and takes it himself. 1 away. Rudy getting ready to go. The Athletics can count on him. To date, batting 1 for 4. Rudy has patience. Then gets set to work on him. The pitch. Half swing. Yes. Rudy went too far. Out on strikes. 2 away. We have McGuire coming up to hit. He hits from the right. 2 down. A big, big bat so far at the plate. 1 for 8. He's walked once. The big slugger stands in. Rogers set. The pitch. McGuire swings and mashes it. It might go all the way. Salmon is at the warning track, but he'd need a ladder to get to this one. A 4-bagger for McGuire. So they collect the homer, his first home run of the season, and the Athletics go ahead by a run, 1-0 here in the first. And McGuire now has 2 runs batted in on the season. Jackson now walks out to bat. He bats left-handed. 2 away. Exceptional power. Looking for his first hit. Nothing in 9 trips. He's walked once. Jackson steps in. Rogers crouched down now. Here comes a pitch. Wide of the mark, and Jackson walks. Lansford to face Finley. A trusty bat. Rogers set. Finley fires it in. High fly ball to center. Pearson is racing to the track. He's against the wall. But there's nothing he can do. It's long gone. Home run for Lansford. And 2 runs score. So Lansford has his first homer of the season. Clubbed in his very first at-bat. The Athletics add 2 more runs. The score now 3-0. Now at bat, Steinbach. A trusty bat. Finley will go to work on him. Finley winds up. Wrapped back to the mound, and he spears it. Over to first, and Steinbach is retired. The half for the Athletics. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and they have captured the lead at 3. Angels coming up. For the Athletics. Overall, they now stand at 1-0. 1. On the league leaderboards, they came into the game 7th. In batting at 203. Tied for first in homers with 2. On top in runs scored. Tied for first in stolen bases with 2. Third in on-base percentage. The Athletics take the field here in the first. Defensively for Oakland. McGuire at first base. Green at second. Bordick, the shortstop. Lansford at third. The outfield consists of Rudy in left field, Henderson in center field, and Jackson over in right. Steinbach is behind the plate, and today's slap man for Oakland, the lefty, Holtzman. Pearson, the leading off. He has the talent to do some damage. So far, plate 1 for 8. He's walked once. Holtzman is ready to fire it in. He brings it home. And it's chopped down the first baseline. McGuire covers it and touches the bag. 1 down. Here comes Downing to take his cuts. Bryan comes up there to hit. Left-hander Holtzman ready. The pitch. Swung on toward the gap. Jackson races back. He stabs for it and makes the catch in the webbing. 2 away. Salmon is stepping up to hit against Holtzman. Tim, a strong hitter. So far, 3 6. He has 2 RBIs. He's walked twice. Salmon steps in. Holtzman prepared to work. Holtzman comes to him. A laser off the bat of Salmon. Bordick leaps for it, but it's over his head. It goes into left field for a base hit, and Salmon is on with a single. 2 away. First inning, 1 off. Baylor's up. He's their cleanup hitter. Exceptional power. To date at bat 3 for 4. 2 homers, 5 RBI. He's walked once. Holtzman gets set to pitch. Holtzman brings it home. Fly ball to straightaway left. Rudy is there. Waits. And makes the catch for the final out. For the Angels, nothing across. 1 left. The score still 3-zip. Angels trail. The Athletics will send out the bottom of the lineup. Green, Bordick, and Holtzman. To get it going, Green. Green, recently known as a solid hitter. To date, batting 1 for 4. Batter set. Finley prepared to work. The pitch. Whistle to right, in there for a hit. Downing is over quickly, bobbles the ball momentarily, but Green isn't buying it. He sticks to first with a single. Bordick walking up the bat. A steady hitter. Rogers sets up. Here's a pitch. Oof! Bordick clears the air, but fails to make contact with the ball. He heads back to the bench. 1 away. Holtzman is the next hitter. Ken taking his first at bat of the season. In the box now. Now Finley ready. Holtzman squares. Batted toward Finley. He bounds off the mound. Feels the ball. Spins and throws to second, and he gets him. Good heads-up play. 2 away. Henderson up there. Henderson waits. Rogers sets up. The offering. Henderson checks his swing. And it hit him. He's shaking his hand. Henderson's in pain, but he seems to be okay. And he trots down to first. Rudy up to hit. 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Oakland. A chance to drive in a run here. Finley prepared to work. Here's the delivery. Grounded hard to short. DeCicina fields it. Flips the Canop at second. And they get him to retire the side. For the Athletics, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. They leave 2. The score is still 3-0. Oakland as we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Sensei, Rogers, and Canop to bat next. Leading off, the Sensei. Doug, a strong hitter on the year. 3 hits in 8 trips. He's walked once. The Sensei in the box. Steinbach ready to receive. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball 4. And Holtzman dishes a free pass. Rogers is the next hitter. He'll take advantage of your mistakes on the year. 1 for 5. He's walked twice. Rogers ready. Left-hander Holtzman ready. Holtzman over the offering. Routine fly ball, center field. Henderson backs. He squeezes it. 1 down. And the Sensei returns to first. Canop coming up. A streaky hitter. This is his 3rd game on the season. 0 for 4. The batter stands in.
Hey, Modern Relic, welcome in. No, this is not 6.1. This is 5.75. The reason I didn't buy 6.1 as much as I want to and always have supported this game is 6.1 is basically just incorporates a lot of just the modern nonsense, the ghost runners and stuff like that. And I mainly, this is like rare for me to play a game even this modern. I usually, most of my broadcasts, or a lot of my broadcasts throughout the life of this channel have been dead ball, 19th century, stuff like that. So unfortunately, 6.1 really doesn't have much to offer for somebody that plays older baseball. So I did not upgrade. Maybe at some point I will. But right now, I mean, if I really felt compelled to play with modern baseball rules, I've got a ton of other baseball sims, you know, that allow me to do that. But this is version 5.75, and absolutely happy with it. And you know, of course, with the Fan Park Encyclopedia import and everything, that's given me a lot of freedom to create things like this. So, yeah, that's your answer. But this file will work in 6.1, so I have the little marquee ticker tapey thingy going. So if anybody does have APBA PC Baseball, this particular file is not a product sold by APBA. If anybody, I have right now, again, I'm still fine-tuning it, adding players, whatever. There's 1,336 players in this particular league. So it would give you a lot of baseball to play if you just wanted to do your own drafts, what ifs or whatever. But let me know in the Nebagreevy Discord, and I will make it available up there. I know there's not a lot of people in the community who play this game, and that's a shame. Parallel League, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in, my friend. It's a shame that more people don't play this because it's a very deep, very good baseball game. But I think a lot of people just look at it as sort of like, oh, it has Ernie Harwell, how quaint. Well, no, it's actually a very good baseball game too. And I really urge you to try it. It's not expensive. It's one of my favorite baseball games. I love it. And, yeah. So there you go. There's your very long-winded answer. So welcome in, Modern Relic. Thanks for coming by.
Holtzman poised. Holtzman into his motion. Delivers. Shoots it toward short. Wardick stops it on the first hop. Flips it to Green for 1. Over to first. Safe by a step, but they get the lead runner. DeCicina up toward California. 2 down, 1 on. A steady hitter. This is his 3rd game so far at the plate. Nothing in 4 trips. He's walked once. DeCicina in the box. Holtzman looking home. Holtzman delivers. Whacked it into right field. Jackson's got a long way to go. Still after it. Near the line. He makes a catch, and the side is retired. For the Angels, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. Angels trailing by 3. California will now face the heart of the Athletics lineup. McGuire, Jackson, and Lansford coming up. McGuire to lead it off. McGuire stands in. Left-hander Finley ready. The pitch. Rip and a miss by McGuire, and that's a strikeout. 1 away. Next up, Oakland hitter Jackson. Batter facing Finley. Finley staring in, ready to work. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner. No, it just missed the plate, and Jackson will get down to first. Finley paws the dirt. To be effective, he needs that pitch. 1 on. Lansford's up.
So I'll tell you what, Modern Relic, you're still back on Out of the Park 21. If you're thinking of upgrading, I mean, it was just on sale. But there's so much more now that you can do it Out of the Park 26. The player development lab is oh my God, it's absolutely amazing. The drive for the pennant mode, which wasn't even around in Out of the Park 21. Drive for the pennant mode can be played in any major league season. That's a really super cool game mode. They've added a bunch of game modes to Out of the Park Baseball. You know, obviously you can pick it up now full price for $49.95, which to me is still a steal for a game that basically gives you almost, the reason I say almost the entirety of professional baseball is you don't get the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. Pocket Pennant Run has it though. But it's a great game. I know that it usually will go on sale after the baseball season and stuff like that. And I mean, if you don't mind spend the money, you should just get it. But if not, usually around Black Friday, it gets down really, like, it get really cheap. I've seen it as low as like $7, $8. And then sometimes, you know, around January, maybe February, they'll do a little sale on it. But it's, like I said, the player development lab, drive for the pennant, the new game modes, everything like that. You get that. You get Mike Silva stadiums and uniform mod, and you're in baseball heaven. You know, I know I sound like a show for Out of the Park. I'm not. But it's, to me, it's the king of baseball, and that's cool. So you share my preference for older baseball. Yeah, I mean, so like, and it's not just dead ball 19th century. I love 1960s, I'm learning more about 1960s baseball. Love 1970s baseball. You know, 1980s baseball, pretty good. But it's after that you know, thing that we had going on in 2020 and all the stupid extra rules, ghost runners, which you can't even really score that. It's nonsense. Limited pick or throws over to first. You can't, you know, there's no more shift. It's yeah. Rob Manfred, please just bite me, dude. But anyhow, just check out Out of the Park 26. I've done a lot, and I do a lot with Out of the Park baseball on this channel. The other thing, of course, the workshop items, the things done by Mike Garland, Lansdowne Street, Mike Silva, as I've already mentioned, and H Field 07, and so many of these guys have done incredible things with Out of the Park baseball. And I guarantee you, man, you get that, And you get Mike Silva's ballparks, every major league ballpark from 1901 to present, with the proper logos, and the ballparks look right. And you get his uniform mod. The only thing missing in Isle Park baseball is this type of narrator, and this is the only game that has it. I mean, it doesn't, even MLB The Show can't touch this for all its glitches and quirks. Good to know we got another old-timey baseball fan in here. All right, let's get back to the game.
Left-hander Finley, ready. He wheels and deals. Grounded to Gana. He first up to Cercina at second. Out. Over to Baylor at first. And he's safe at first, but they get the lead runner. 2 down. Next up, Steinbach for Oakland. 2 gone, 1 on. Now Finley, ready.
Indeed, somebody does have to win. You're
The
right.
pitch. Steinbach swings. He hits it well towards Salmon. It'll be out of here. Way out of here. A 2-run dinger. So they collect 2 on the Steinbach homer, his first home run of the season, and the Athletics take a big lead, 5-0, and that's the 3rd homer for the Athletics in this game. Green, bat in hand, then gets set to work on him. The offering to Green. There's a deep drive to left. It's going to be a long run for Salmon, but he says he's got it, and he does. 3 down. For the Athletics, 2 runs on 1 hit. They leave none, so the Athletics have now taken a big lead. Angels down, Hawaii 5-0. Finley, Pearson, and Downing due up for California. To get it going, Finley. Chuck taking his first at-bat of the season.
So one thing you'll learn, Modern Relic, is you keep coming back, and I like to call it as family as opposed to a channel, because it's everybody here that has kind of created this little baseball corner. I prefer, to me, the game is secondary. A lot of times we do things like baseball chin wags. Ernie Strom and I host alternately on his channel, my channel, a thing called Diamonds and Dice. I prefer to hang out and talk baseball with you guys. And it just happens that there's a baseball game going on. So you're not interrupting anything, man. I appreciate it. I like to pause the game and talk to you guys. So it's all good. And besides, man, I can't be arsed to type. So it's a lot more fun to just talk to you guys. So no worries, man. Parallel League says he used to play loser tournaments where you advance, you had to lose. So that reminds me of a poker game called Lowball. Did you guys ever play Lowball? If you're a poker player and you play Lowball, it's the lowest hand wins. Man, that just messes with your poker. And it happened to me one time. I was playing Lowball, and I got a natural rate. There's no wild cards, man. Got a royal flush. And there's nothing more heartbreaking than throwing away a royal flush. Oh my God, just crazy stuff. All right, so anyhow, let's get back to it. But this is not about interruption. This is about family. It's about community. It's about everybody here. We love baseball.
Left-hander Holtzman, ready. To the plate. Popped a mile high. Steinbach throws off his mask. He's there. Takes a step back and brings it down. And there's one away. Pearson, bat in hand. Pitcher Holtzman set to go. He lets it go. Lofted down the line to right. Jackson racing over. He won't get it. He cuts it off. Pearson wisely holds first. He's on with a single. Now coming to bat for the Angels. Downing. Holtzman prepares to come home.
Thank you, Modern Relic. Thank you,
Holtzman
man.
kicks and deals.
Welcome to the
Grounded
family.
to second. Green has it.
Welcome to the
Over to
family.
Gordick for the out. Back to McGuire. Double play. The line for the Angels. No runs, 1 hit. So they do not tally. We've played 3. Angels still down by 5. Gordick, Holtzman, and Henderson to bat next. Gordick leading it off. Rogers sets up. The pitch. Taken. Strike 3. He's gone. 1 away. Athletic hitter Holtzman. Finley focuses in on the target. Finley comes to him. He pops it up right side. Baylor is backing up. He's under it and makes the catch, and that's out number 2. Henderson up there. Finley ready. Here's the delivery. Wide by a hair. Free ticket to first from Henderson. Athletic hitter Rudy. Batter up. And here comes Angels manager McCoy. He's asking Finley for the ball. Taking the mound for the Angels is Roach. So Finley is yanked early. He goes only 3 2/3. The game for Finley. 5 runs so far on 4 hits. 3 homers. 3 walks. He struck out 4. He's responsible for the runner. He can only lose it. Roach comes from the left side. ERA a stingy 0. This is his second appearance. He's worked 1 inning. He'll try to hold him to let the Angels get back in it. Roach takes a few warm-up pitches. He's roughed the ball. We're ready to go. Pitcher Roach set to go. Now Roach pitches. Swing and a miss, and Rudy is out. He didn't get cheated on that cut. 3 down. For the Athletics, 0-0-0. They leave 1. Angels behind the Athletics, 5-zip. The Angels now set the heart of their order to face Holtzman, Salmon, Baylor, and the Sensei. Salmon starts it for the Angels. Batter ready. Steinbach sets up. He wheels and deals. Paints the black. Strike 3 called. 1 away. Now coming to bat for the Angels, Baylor. Left-hander Holtzman ready. The pitch. 1 hopper to second, over to first. And that's out number 2. Here's the Sensei coming to the plate. Holtzman poised. The pitch. Wide by a hair. Free ticket to first from the Sensei. Angels hitter Rogers. Left-hander Holtzman ready. Holtzman kicks and delivers. Rogers bruises 1, heading for the gap in left center. But Rudy flags it down on the first bounce. The Sensei is around second. They're holding the Sensei at second as the throw comes in. And Buck is on with a single. Here's Knopf coming to the plate. On the season, only 1 RBI so far for Bobby. Knopf settles himself in the box. Holtzman prepares to come home. The runners take their lead. Holtzman rocks and fires. Ground ball to McGuire. He scoops it up, steps on first. That's 3 away. A half for the Angels. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 2. They had a good chance but did not cash in. We've played 4. Angels down Hawaii 5-0, and they'll have to wait until the 5th for another try. The Athletics now send up the heart of their order to face Roach, McGuire, Jackson, and Lansford. McGuire leading it off. Batter ready.
So I found that game, Modern Relic. Yeah, Barbados. That's absolutely, wow, that's cool. Okay. So I picked up the game on an old game site. I booted it up just to see if it worked, but I've never played it, but I've heard some pretty cool things about it. So um, don't be surprised if some night on the channel you actually see it here, and hopefully maybe you'll be in here and say, hey, yeah, this is what you do in radio baseball. But I've heard it was pretty good. I think they came out mid '80s or something like that, if memory serves. Well, if research serves, I should say. But yeah, I do have it. I've just never played it on the channel yet. Got a lot of baseball games, but there's my kind of go-to games are Out of the Park Baseball, Action PC, this one, and Diamond Mine Baseball. But occasionally you'll see, and the following three I'm going to mention I have available for free in our Ned McGreevy Discord. And that's Old Time Baseball, if you remember that. Pure Sim Baseball and Strategy Baseball. So we have 3 free baseball games in there. Just download them and have some fun. But there's some night we're going to do a way throwback game, and we're going to do some or stream, and we're going to do some stuff like if you remember TV Sports Baseball. Maybe we'll play something from the old Hardball series, even though I haven't played that in ages. But what the hell, we might even play the first one, do a micro league game. So it'll be like real retro night some night here in the our baseball family. So hopefully you'll come around. You visit 2 more times, you get yourself a wrench. It's a way to say thank you. But already a full member of the family, man. But thank you for the reminder about radio baseball. I'm gonna have to mess around with it and kind of at least get sort of to grips with it, so that show some of the channel, because a few guys have mentioned it. All right, back to it.
Roach gets set to pitch. Roach winds up. Swung on, hit in the air to right. Downing drifts over, and he's got it. 1 away.
So it is available for free. You have to join our
Jackson, bat in hand.
So, and it runs great.
Roach
it
ready.
Runs great.
The offering to Jackson. Jackson squibs it to the left side. The sensei charges it, picks it up barehanded, and guns it to first. But Jackson beats the throw. Base hit.
Thank you, Brother Todd.
Hit this season.
Sleep well, buddy. Sleep well.
Lansford getting ready to go. Rogers sets up. The pitch. Laced to right field. Base hit. Downing over, fields it. Jackson is around second, and they hold Jackson up as the throw comes in. A pair of singles for Oakland. Second safety for Lansford. Now coming up, Steinbach. Rogers set. The pitch from Roach. Pop foul behind first. Canap is over. He's under it and hauls it in, and the runners hold. Green up there. Roach is ready to fire it in. Roach now. Pop foul behind third. DeCercina is over. Waves off the sensei and brings it in. For the Athletics, no runs on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2, so they fail to add to their big lead. Angels still with a 5-run deficit. For California, here in the 5th, DeCercina, Roach, and Pearson. To get it going, DeCercina. DeCercina not looking like a threat. Holtzman focuses in on the target. The pitch. That's high and deep by DeCicina. Henderson is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him, and it drops in. DeCicina is headed for second. He's at a second ahead of the throw for DeCicina. His first double of the season, and that's his first hit this season. Roach, bat in hand. Batter up. Holtzman is ready to fire it in. Angels, skipper McCoy walking down the bench. McCoy is recalling pitcher Roach. Cardinal is enlisted to hit for him. Bat's right. He grabs a bat. Heads out. So Roach goes 1 1/3. The line on him. No runs. On 2 hits. Cardinal walking up the bat. Now Holtzman ready. The pitch. It's a shot to left center. Way back. Henderson jumps. It's off the wall. Rudy grabs the ball. Throws it in. DeCicina scores. And Cardinal will make second easily. So the double scores 1. The Angels are on the board. Score now 5-1. Pearson to face Holtzman. He already has a hit in this game. Steinbach crouched down now. Cardinal stretching his lead. Here's a pitch from Holtzman. Swung on. Bounced toward the mound. Holtzman knocks it down. Now he has it. No play at third. He takes the out at first. Cardinal moves to third. One gone. Runner third for California. Next up, Downing. The hitter stands in. Steinbach sets up. Infield deep. The pitch, big swing. It's a dying Quail to right. Jackson gallops in. Green races back, but it parachutes between them. A Texas League single for Downing. Cardinal scores easily, and Downing has the RBI. So the single drives in 1, and the Angels get another one back. Score now 5-2. Well, Salmon for a hit. One down. Downing down at first. Salmon has pop in that bat. Batter waits. Left-hander Holtzman ready. Holtzman cranks it up. High, and Downing is off the bag. Steinbach pumps, but he holds the ball. Ball 1. Salmon back in the box. Holtzman gets set to pitch. Holtzman kicks and delivers. Swung on. One hop at a second. Shovels to Wardick for 1. Back to first. Not in time. Salmon beats it out. But they get the lead runner. 2 away.
Well played, Parallel League. Ha ha.
Baylor comes up the bat. Don, a strong hitter. Baylor steps in. Holtzman prepares to come home. Holtzman delivers. Baylor bounces one toward short. Grabbed on 2 hops by Wardick. Makes the throw. And that's out number 3. The half for the Angels. 2, 3, and 0. They leave 1. They score, but still trail by 3. Angels trailing 5-2. Wardick, Holtzman, and Henderson due up for Oakland. Moore is coming on in relief for California. For Moore, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher.
All right.
We get it going for the Athletics here. Wardick bats right.
There goes my
valuable
pancreas.
bat.
Ah.
Moore takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Mike ready. Moore prepares to come home. The delivery from Moore. High fly ball to deep right center. Pearson is racing to the track. So is Downing. Pearson waves him off and brings it down. 1 down. Pitcher Holtzman up.
So that's a great question, Modern Relic. He asks, so which game will be the first to use AI text-to-speech for announcers? I imagine they can mimic just about any voice these days, and they can. You're absolutely right. So he says he'd love to hear some Harry Carey and Vince Scully. So my money is on Out of the Park Baseball. Marcus Heinsohn, when he was still officially with the company, had stated that, and this was a couple seasons ago, that once AI became a bit more cost effective, that was something that they were going to look into. Well, with programs like Suno and Fish Audio and things like that, it's very possible. It's just, I think it's going to be not a question of if, but a question of when. And considering that Out of Park Developments has very, very good financial backing, deep pockets, I wouldn't be surprised, not by version 27, but I would, if I were to make a semi-fearless prediction, I would say probably by maybe Out of Park Baseball 20 or 29, you would start to see an announcer. You know, MLB The Show does it well, but after you do like 3 or 4 games, you've pretty much heard everything they have to say. What makes this game amazing, it's been around since 1995, and you'll still hear Ernie say new things. I have no idea how many lines were recorded for this, plus, the fact that every player he named played baseball, first name, last name, from 1871 to 1997. That's like just crazy, crazy stuff. But the other thing that old time baseball got right, even though the commentary wasn't deep like this. So you could choose between, as you remember, you could choose between Mel Allen or Kurt Gowdy. Of course, better to choose Mel Allen because he said more of the names. They were able to get the announcing to pretty much sync with what was on the field. And for a 1995 game, old time baseball is such a masterpiece. So yeah, I would bet that it's going to be Out of the Park Baseball that's going to do it. I really, really think so. Hey, Philip Reynolds, he says, someone's up late, must be Beatles. It would be me. How are you doing with that red ice hockey? Hope you're having fun with it. Parallel League chimes in. Here we go. He's already destroyed my pancreas with one. So it'd be wild if you could just pick any celebrity voice. Maybe use Rodney Dangerfield or William Shatner. So the tricky bit would be, so you guys know the channel Sportsflix. He's doing some really cool stuff with Action PC Baseball. So you're picking up tomorrow, Philip. Okay, cool. So Sportsflix does some really cool stuff with Action PC where he's using all these different announcers calling the play, and he's using AI. Now, could it be that maybe Dave Cook will look at that and say, let's try to implement that in the game? So what happens is the play plays out in Action PC, but then the announcer announces it. So it's not synced like this game would be. But it's super cool what they're doing. So, I guess maybe the second bet might be maybe Action PC Baseball if Dave would be willing to give it a shot. So, yeah, Matthew Broderick as Ferris Bueller. I like it. I wouldn't mind having Marlon Brando train that voice, have him call it as Vito Corleone. That'd be kind of fun. In fact, it would be super cool because you could have him and Hyman Roth, right? Because in The Godfather Part 2, he mentions the 1919 World Series. Wouldn't that be fun to have Hyman Roth and Vito Corleone, and we would do a 1919 World Series on here and let them call the game? That'd be incredible. The That's why I'm hoping that John Hurston. I know that I think Samuel Smith had said recently that John Hurston said there's not going to be any additional voice in this, and that's really, really, really too bad. Because I mean, again, I've said before, even if John Hurston would take a good minor league broadcaster, it wouldn't even have to be somebody up to pay a lot of money for, like John Miller or whatever. Get somebody to pick up from 1998 on, if you didn't want them to do the entirety of baseball. So you could pick Ernie Harwell from 1871 to 1997, and then whomever from 1998 on. Um, because as you get into, like, and you can buy all kinds, anything after 1997 for this game. But when you start getting to Shohei Ohtani or any name that's ever been in baseball, what they do in this game, which I think is kind of a poor decision, is you just get the initial of the player's name, right? So at least you can see the name on the screen. I wish they would have said, now coming up is the first baseman for the Pirates or the Angels or what have you. So that kind of just yanks me out of it a little bit. I really wish he would reconsider. Get somebody down doing double A baseball or something, and say, look, we're gonna throw a little bit of money your way. Um, Bust out, you know, get on baseball for reference, baseball reference, and just say the first names, last names. Of course, this announcer would always have to do, the batting average, have some good lines like Ernie Harwell did. Maybe they could use some of his recordings. And I don't think that a double A baseball broadcaster, he's not gonna cost as much. But you know what? John Miller is such a big baseball sim fan. I mean, why not approach him? The original plans before 5.75 came out was that I believe it was Skip Van Wieren, they were going to have him pick up where Ernie Harwell left off, and then John Hurston and company decided that they just wanted to update the game, make a lot of major updates, and make it playable on 64-bit systems. Because the only way to play this game is either this, but I do have an older version, so I can use the Fan Park Encyclopedia. The problem with, and they took out the Fan Park Encyclopedia for obvious reasons, because it allowed you to create your own seasons or whatever, is that you have to have, because the installer is 16-bit, 64-bit systems don't allow 16-bit installers. So I'm just glad that John Hurston updated the game at least so that we can still play it. And I figure 1881 to 1997, and I've imported most of those seasons into this. I actually bought a PC 4 years ago. It was an old laptop, an old Windows Vista machine, and I put an XP virtual machine on it so that I could run Baseball for Windows just to use the Fan Park Encyclopedia. And in a nice nod to those of us who've been playing this game, APBA made the migration tool available. So they could have just yanked out that functionality all the way, and they didn't. So good stuff there. Bill Murray would be excellent. Modern Relic, absolutely. Um, so Parallel League says, tying into my earlier theme, netball sleeps with the fishes. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're killing me over here. You're killing me over here. D. Scott Howard, welcome in. Guys, check out that channel. He says there's something oh my god. You guys, really? The barbarians are at the gates. Says there's something fishy about Parallel League. I think he's a place he's working for scale. Oh god. All right, so only a Dodger fan is going to just come up with that coup de grace. Okay, Parallel League says, Guilty, better get your fishing boots on when I'm around. So, Modern Relic, you see what I mean, man? This is all about just interacting with folks, talking with you guys. A lot more fun. It really is. So, chime in, man. It's all good. D. Scott Howard. Oh my God, that hurt. Between you and Parallel League, I don't have a chance, man. I don't have a chance.
Moore prepared to work. Moore brings it to the plate. Strike three. Holtzman swung right through it. Two gone. Well, 2 down, none on.
Love fire
Oakland.
sign theater.
Henderson up to hit. He's the top of the order.
Ruthlessly, doggedly. Where's Ruth? Ruth, Ruth.
Batter
Oh,
set. Right-hander Moore. Ready. Moore comes home. Henderson hangs out a frozen rope. Left field. Salmon charges in for it, but he'll have to short hop it. And Henderson has himself a single. 2 down. Runner on first for Oakland. Rudy steps up to face Moore. Rudy relaxes himself at the plate. Catcher Rogers sets his target. And the pitch. Easy bounce at a Canop. He's up with it. Over to DeCercina, covering second. In time. That's 3 away. The line for the Athletics. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. The score still stands 5-2. Angels down as we head for the bottom of the 6th inning. For California, here in the 6th, the Sensei, Rogers, and Canop. The Sensei to lead it off for the Angels. That's right. The Sensei, a fierce hitter. Holtzman looking home. The pitch comes in. Popped up. Back toward the screen. Steinbach throws off his mask. It's playable. And he covers it 1 away. Now at bat, Rogers. Rogers, now ready. Holtzman gets set to pitch. The pitch. Slashed into the hole. Green to his left. He has it. Over to McGuire. Rogers is gone. 2 away. Here's Canop coming to the plate. Bobby has done nothing in 2 trips. Steinbach sets up. Holtzman brings it home. Canop lashes 1 to right toward the gap. Jackson races over it, but he won't get it. Canop is going for 2, and there will be a play at second. The tag, safe on a very close play. Double for Canop. For Canop, his first double of the season, and that's his first hit this season. All right, for California, 2 outs, 1. DeCercina is out to get his licks. He bats right, hitting 8. DeCercina is 1 for 2, and he scored once.
So Ernie does a great job with pronunciations, but I just have to say this: as Italian and Irish, and Italian is my parallel language. But I lived for a time, I'm from over there anyhow, but I lived for a time in the Netherlands. And maybe that is how Canop pronounces his name, but that's a Dutch name. And it's actually in Dutch pronounced Knoop. So when you have 2 vowels, it's like a long vowel sound. So it's actually Knoop in Dutch. So, but I don't know whether, I don't know, I've heard of the player, but maybe he pronounced it that way, Canop, but it's as a Dutch name, he should be saying Knoop. But it's funny, he every once in a while, like Ernie will say, in Italian, we say arrivederci, but he'll say arrivederci, and it's like, it hurts, Ernie, but we still love him. And boy, I wish that the Miller brothers, who actually designed this, this game actually has AI in it. The managers are all programmed. The crowd is the first reactive crowd in a baseball sim. And I wish at that time they would have had the budget. Could you imagine if you could choose in this game at the time they came out between Ernie Harwell or Vin Scully? I would have Harwell do American League games and Scully do National League games. That would have been like just absolutely amazing. But I guess Ernie Harwell did this shortly after he was fired from the Detroit Tigers, which was a bunch of bullshit right there. But could you imagine Scully and Harwell in a game. Oh my God, back then. But again, with AI, you could do it now. I guess you just have to. What is the legality? I mean, obviously, I'm a Beatles fan, and I heard some created Beatles. It's not the Beatles, but it sounds like the Beatles, man. And I have a program called Fish Audio where you can kind of just sample a voice and train it. So, Ala Park Developments and Action PC Baseball and John Herson, the technology's there. Do it, man. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. So he's pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, which is interesting because you're spelling it Knopp, but in the game here it's Knoop. So if it's OOP in Dutch, it's going to be Knoop. So maybe that's just a typo in the game. That could very well be. I don't know a lot about that player. I should probably look him up. He's kind of modern baseball, isn't he? Our relic says Beatles, does newer app allow for imported seasons from the Llama database? It does not. Layman database, Lyman. You say tomato, I say tomato. No, it's still it's APBA's own whatever. But again, if you have the Fan Park Encyclopedia, you're good to go. I mean, you would have to have an earlier version of the game, obviously, but no, it doesn't. But a lot of other games, do have that. That would be nice if John would do that, John Herson, but they want to make money. So the Fan Park Encyclopedia, just really quickly, I've seen it for sale a couple of times on eBay, going for a few $100s, and I have it, and I'm not going to ever sell the damn thing, because it was Baseball Reference before there was a such thing as Baseball Reference. But the other thing that you could do is you could import any player, any league, any season, whatever, with the Fan Park Encyclopedia and play them. So this was back in the mid 90s. So when 5.75 came out and APBA bought the rights to this game back, because this was actually Miller Associates. In fact, Saber apparently just did an interview, or is about to do an interview with the Millers about this game. So the Fan Park Encyclopedia functionality was taken out of 5.75. But if you have 5.5 or earlier, run it on a virtual machine. And if you have the Fan Park, and there is a way to get the Fan Park Encyclopedia, and it's on a site called the Digital Skybox. That's pretty much what I'll tell you. Then you've got freedom to create whatever you want. Let me see. Are you saying his name right? Nope. Probably not. Probably not. Discusses Mariners announcer Rick Rizzes. Now there's a name, huh? Left Seattle to replace Ernie Detroit. He's back in a couple of years with his tail between his legs. He is still in Seattle. And the Relic says that their season packs, yeah, they are. They're prohibitively expensive. Used to have the encyclopedia. If you can find it, and again, you can find it out there. There's a site called Digital Skybox. It's a really good site, actually. I'll show it to you at the end of the game really quickly. It's devoted to baseball for Windows, and there's actually a lot you can just get from that site and use right in the modern game. But you can find the encyclopedia on there. You just got to be pretty good at knowing how to mount a virtual CD-ROM drive. It's not hard to do. But if you would happen to dig it up, and if you have an earlier version of the game, you're off to the races. I created this using the Fan Park Encyclopedia. So there's lots of cool stuff that you can do with it, obviously. And I can't have the game and the draft thing open at the same time, or I would show you what I've created in here. A couple seasons I forgot to put the entire Federal League in 1914, but I've got everything in here from 1901 to 1997. I put a few 19th century players and then some things like this that I've created too as well. And so um, I don't think you're ever going to see Layman database. And plus, probably the way this game is hard coded, that's probably not even a possibility. But yeah, their season packs are expensive. But that encyclopedia was amazing if you remember it. How you could just, compare players against players and see this really neat graph and all kinds of stuff like that. It was Baseball Reference, man. So seeing his dream right. Nope. I know. I'm trying to recover. So I'm trying to recover, but I'll show this again. I'm trying to recover by pretending I didn't notice that, but it's just not working. He does this to me all the time, and I love it. All right, let's get back to it. Bottom of the sixth, action, 5-2. It's sort of turning into a ball game. So, D. Scott, you really should. And if you do, again, you've got to run it on an old PC. So if you can find like an old XP laptop or something, or just get a Vista machine and I'll show you how to put a virtual machine on it, then what you do is you just create your seasons and everything, and then you can migrate them into the game and then just do the names and all the other stuff. I think game is still, a lot of people look at it with nostalgia, and I get it, but it's actually a very, very good baseball game too. I mean, pretty accurate. So you should take it out someday, D. Scott, and have some fun with it, and be surprised at what you can make. In fact, there's even a card descrambler. So I don't know if you can do it from here. Yes, you can. So you can view a card. The problem is it's scrambled up, but there's a disc descrambler or card descrambler out there that you can actually find. And so these cards so we're looking at Ken Holtzman's card right now. And again, remember, guys, this is based on the APBA Master game. And it will actually descramble and show you the actual APBA card. So pretty cool stuff that you can find out there for this game. But I'll show you guys Digital Skybox after this, just for a minute. I think my membership is still active. It's like $20 a year, and the stuff you can download on there is incredible.
Holtzman focuses in on the target. The pitch. Hit like a shot. Green waves on it, but it's came into right. Canal is around third. They're waving now in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate, and he's safe ahead of the throw. DeCecina holds it first for the single. So the single drives in one, and the Angels get one back, trimming the lead. Angels hitter Moore. Donnie taking his first at bat of the season. The batter stands in. Holtzman gets set to work on him. Angels manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. McCoy is recalling pitcher Moore. Who is it? Edmonds will bat for him. Bats left. He grabs a bat. Strides toward the box. Moore pitched one inning. His line, no runs on one hit. Edmonds walking up the bat. Edmonds, a fierce hitter. This is his second game to date at bat. Nothing in 5 trips. He's walked once. Edmonds steps up to the plate. Steinbach ready to receive. The pitch. Edmonds strokes this one. Oh, forget about it. Goodbye. Jim ties it up. Home run for Edmonds, and 2 runs score. So they collect 2 on Edmonds' big 2-out homer, his first home run of the season, and the Angels have tied this game. Just listen to that crowd. And that's his first hit season. That gives Edmonds 2 RBI on the season. California now sends Pearson to bat. 2 outs.
Sounds
It's hard to
awesome.
keep Pearson off the base pass. Pearson 1 for 3. Left-handed Holtzman goes to the set position. The pitch. Grounded to Green. He scoops it up. Flips to first for the final out. For the Angels, 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave none. They have tied this game. Angels, Athletics, even at 5 apiece. California will now face the heart of the Athletics lineup. McGuire, Jackson, and Lansford coming up. Tatum is coming on in relief for California. For Tatum, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. It's his game to win. McGuire to lead it off for the Athletics. Already has a homer in this game, his first. McGuire has been up 3 times with 1 hit. Tatum is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Batter ready. Right-handed Tatum goes to the set position. Here's a pitch from Tatum. Wide of the mark, and McGuire walks. All right, the Athletics have nobody out. McGuire on first. Jackson gets set to bat against Tatum. He's their cleanup hitter. Reggie has been on each time, 1 hit and walked twice, and he scored a run. McGuire at first, not a threat on the pass. Dish him, and they take the lead. Tatum on the rubber. Rogers crouched down now. To the plate. Misses the strike zone. Jackson ambles to first. Tatum is upset with himself. His control has deserted him for the moment. Lansford, the hit for the Athletics. Bats right. The Athletics have no outs. McGuire at second. Jackson at first. Lansford brushes his shirt, wipes his hand across the letters, taps the bat on the inside of his right foot. Tatum, foot on the rubber. The right-handed hitter, Steinbach, on deck. Tatum gets set to pitch. Athletics manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. The Athletics have asked for time. They're making a move. And McCoy will bring in a pinch runner at second base. McGuire leaves the field. Here comes Canseco. He's a speedster. Johnny getting some legs out there. Lansford still not in the box. Posts his hands on the bat. Tatum climbs a mound. Tatum comes set. He comes home. It's in the dirt, and it goes back to the screen. Canseco rounds third and holds. And Jackson moves to second. Lansford in the batter's box. He digs in with his back foot. Glances down at the plate. Now ready. Tatum on the rubber. Right-hander Tatum ready. McCoy arms akimbo. Speeded Canseco edging down the line. Here's a pitch from Tatum. It's skied. Baylor moves under it. Taps the glove. And makes the catch. And the run is hold. Now Steinbach to face Tatum. Bats right. The Athletics have runners at second and third. 1 down. Score tied. He will strike out. He already has a home run in this game. Tatum needs to bear down here. Tatum positions his mitt. Steinbach in the box. Leans in. Tatum is on the slab. Infielders in. Tatum watching Canseco at third. The pitch is on the way. It's skied. Canop is in. DeCercina is in. Canop is calling for it. And he makes the catch. 2 away. And the runners hold. All right, Green, the hit. The Athletics have 2 in scoring position. 2 outs. A dangerous hitter. He has a single already. Tatum on the rubber, cradles the ball in his glove and waits. Righty against righty. Tatum looking in. Tatum watching Canseco at third. He delivers. Paints the black. Strike 3 called. Athletics gone. For the Athletics, no runs on no hits. 2 men left on base. So they fail to cash in on the 2 runners. There's no change. This game is 5-all after 6.5. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back while it's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, strike you out at the old ball game.
Oakland will now face the California strength. Downing, Salmon, and Baylor. For the Athletics, Lansford moves to first base. McCoy making another defensive change. Coming into play third base for the Athletics is Bando. Canseco leaves the game. Downing to lead it off for the Angels. Right-handed hitter to face Holtzman. Downing has been up 3 times with 1 hit, driven in 1. Left-hander Holtzman ready. Here's the delivery. Hot shot to the right side. Green is left. Pedal bounce. Juggles it. Throws quickly to first. And gets him by a step for the first out. Salmon is the next hitter. Tim has been up 3 times with 1 hit. It's hard to keep Salmon off the base pass. Batter waits.
So Parallel League, what these are, when I show you the digital skybox site after the game really quickly, Johnny McCoy is one of the managers that comes with the game. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of micromanagers for this game that you can get. But I picked McCoy because he's a pretty good all-arounder, and the way I set up this league, but I have a lot of micromanagers installed. So these are they're fictional. Now I do have some real managers in here. I've got John McGraw, Casey Stengel, Sparky Anderson. I think LaRusse is in here. I can't remember. Yeah. But if you play this game, I think you'll really like the digital skybox and what's available for it. So if you don't want to spend all the money for it, there's some, for the game, there's some, I mean, you still got to buy the game. But I'll show you around the digital skybox in a little bit. It's $10 a year, actually. But if you want lifetime access, this is $30. And when you see the site, and if you play the game, this is like, it's the central place for everything baseball for Windows.
Steinbach ready to receive. The pitch comes in. Taken. Ball. Salmon walks. Now coming up, Baylor. Don 0 for 3. Good speed at first. Dish him and they take the lead. Holtzman put on the rubber. His motion stopped. The sensei is in his batting stance on deck. Holtzman poised. McCoy pacing the dugout. Now he throws to first. And Salmon he's back standing. Holtzman gets the ball back. Now he's set again. Holtzman cranks it up. Bouncer to Green. He flips to Wardick at second. And they get him. And Wardick will hold the ball. The toss was just a little wide and tough to handle. Baylor reaches first on the play. 1 on. The sensei is stepping up to hit against Holtzman. He's a right-handed batter. Doug is 0 for 1 in his walk times. Left-handed Holtzman goes to the set position. And a pitch. This one is hit. It may carry. A long run for Rudy. If it's fair, it's trouble. And it drops a foot inside the line. Baylor is around third. They're waving him in. Here comes a throw home. The sensei is going to third. Baylor scores. Angels lead. Lansford cuts it to third. And the sensei is just safe under the tag. Oh, close call. The gamble pays off. So a big run scores on the sensei double, and the Angels break the tie and now lead 6-5 here in the 7th. That's the sensei's first run batted in of the season for California. The 10th hit in this game. Rogers, the hit, 2 gone. The sensei at third for California. He singled earlier. Rogers, decent bat control. Rogers in the box. And here comes Athletics manager McCoy. He's asking Holtzman for the ball. He'll go to the bullpen. They give the ball to Odom. And that will turn around Rogers. So Holtzman goes 6 2/3. The line on him, 6 runs. So far, on 10 hits. A homer. Walk 3. 1 strikeout. He's responsible for the runner. He can only lose it. For Odom, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's looking for 1 out. Odom is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Rogers settles himself in the box. Now Odom ready. The sensei takes his lead at third. Odom comes home. Fastball. It's a nubber to the left of the mound. Wardick charges. The throw to first, and he's gone. The line for the Angels. 1 run on 1 hit. They lead 1, and they capture the lead. The score now stands 6-5. Angels for the Angels. Their record 1-0 in 1-run games. For Oakland, it'll be Wardick, Odom, and Henderson. Here's Wardick to lead it off. He bats right. Wardick 0 for 3. Wardick has struck out twice. A trusty bat. Tatum is on the slab. Ball laid behind his back. Now Tatum comes home with it. Wardick hits a ground hugger towards second. Canal picks it up and flips to first. Routine. That's 1. Odom is scheduled to hit. We'll have to wait to see if he bats for himself. Here comes Odom to take his cuts. Blue Moon taking his first at bat of the season. Tatum climbs the mound. Tatum gets set to pitch. Athletics manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. McCoy is taking pitcher Odom out of the game. Who is it? Tennis will bat for him. Bats right. He shoulders a bat. He'll take his time getting to the box. So Odom goes 1/3 of an inning. He yielded. No runs on no hits. Tennis walking up to bat. A dependable hitter. To date at bat, 1 for 1. He's walked twice. Gene has a good eye. Tatum is on the slab. Rotates the ball in his right hand. Tatum looking home. Tatum winds up. Grounded to short. DeCercina is there. The throw to first. Gets him. 2 down. Two outs. Oakland now sends Henderson to bat from the right. He's their leadoff hitter. Tatum does not want to groove it to Henderson at the plate today. Henderson is 1 for 2. 1 free pass. He was stung once. Tatum ready. He delivers. Popped up. Back toward the screen. Rogers throws off his mask. It's playable. And he covers it. 3 down. The Angels retire the side in order after 7.5. It's still 6-5. Angels. Bottom of the lineup, Canop, DeCercina, and Tatum coming up. Aker is coming on in relief for Oakland. A throws from the right. ERA a stingy 0. This is his second appearance. He's worked 1/3 of an inning. All right. Canop to lead it off for the Angels. He bats right. Canop 1 for 3. And he scored once. Aker takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Right-hander Aker ready. Aker brings it to the plate. High fly ball to deep right. Jackson is back to the warning track. He's against the wall. Reaches up. And brings it down. 1 away. The Angels have 1 away. None on. DeCercina advancing to the bat. DeCercina not looking like a threat. DeCercina 2 for 3. Driven in 1. And he scored 2 runs. DeCercina steps in. Steinbach set. The pitch. It's up to the right side. Lansford fields it on the big bounce. He will flip to Aker. And DeCercina is retired. Tatum up there. Ken taking his first at bat of the season. Steinbach set. Aker comes to him. Long fly to center. Henderson. He's going. He's going. He reaches out. He makes a catch. 3 down. So the Angels go quietly. After 8, it's still 6-5. Angels. Tatum will now face the Athletics artillery. Although the caliber of the guns has changed, Rudy, Bando, and Jackson due up. Here's Rudy to lead it off. He hits from the right. Joe gets good wood. Rudy is without a hit in 4 at-bats. Rudy is struck out twice. Tatum stretches his arms above his head. Rudy takes his place in the box, raises his hand slightly, waits. Tatum is on the slab, shakes off the sign. Now he has one he likes. Bando waits on deck. Rogers set. The pitch. Swung on, hit the salmon in deep left. He's back. Plenty of room. Takes a couple of steps to his left and brings it in. 1 down. Bando up there, a trusty bat. On the season, 2 for 8. 1 homer, 2 ribbies. The ump wants to look at the ball. Now he returns it to Tatum. Bando in the box, leans in. Tatum is on the slab. Next would be Jackson. Reggie is in the on-deck circle. McCoy looks on silent. The pitch. Bando wraps it to the right side. Canop ranges to his left. The quick peg to first. And Bando is retired. 2 down. Next up, Jackson. 2 outs. Tatum does not want to groove it to Jackson. On the day, Jackson has already walked 3 times, and he hit safely once. And he scored once. Batter in the box, leans in. Tatum put on the rubber. Pitcher Tatum eyeing Jackson. Now he's ready. The offering to Jackson. A bouncer back of second, fielded by Canop. He throws in time, and that's it. Angels win, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of McCoy. The suspense is resolved. A tight one here, fans. The Angels take the 6-5 decision. Here's the line for the Angels. 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They lead 6 for the Athletics. 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors. And they lead 8. Tatum gets the win, his first. His record now 1-0. Holtzman takes the loss, his first. His record now 0-1.
So that winds up this 3-game series.
Angels
Take the series
2-1 for the Angels.
overall. They now stand at 2-1.
And this game is in the books. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from California. Angels take this one from the Athletics, 6-5.
Well, that turned out to be a really good baseball game. How about it? Jeez, guys. Yeah, because I was thinking about the mercy rule, but boy, the Angels pitching kept them quiet after the third and fought back and that was a good game. So I'm not going to worry about league standings yet. Still too early in the season. So let me show you guys Digital Skybox really quickly before we get out of here. So here it is. $30 for lifetime membership. And if you want to just do just 1 year, it's $10. So you can see just along here just how much is on here. This is pretty crazy, and I'll just go through it really, really quickly because there's just so much in this. So if you play this game, or if you're thinking about playing it again, there's just a gazillion resources. So there's all kinds of online managers that you can get. There's season discs. There's manager cards. It's a new way to put managers in the game. Do you guys want actual season as played schedules? You got CSV schedules that you can import right into the game. Different types of things. What else? You got Hall of Fame managers. So there's 23 managers elected to the institution. Most of them are advanced injury management, which is the only way to really play this game. Good selection of Negro League stuff here. It's about 37, 38 ballparks you can get for the game. Fan managers, and this is really nice. There's like 60 managers. APBA, in a nod to, again, longtime players. Very, very easy to import these fan managers right into the game. And there you can see there's all the discs for you. You just click, you pretty much will just click and download them. Okay. There's some seasons here. I mean, there's a lot of baseball, right? There's even 1869. How about that? So you got 1894, 1906, 1905. Tons of seasons. You got some. I don't play minor league baseball, but there's a couple years of PCL, stuff like that. Some of these stuff, I don't know what the third base saloon league is. I have no idea. And here we go. So some actual managers good. There's Casey Stengel, John McGraw, Earl Weaver, Joe McCarthy, Sparky Anderson, Whitey Herzog, Bucky Harris, Connie Mack, Tommy Lasordo, Walter Alston, Bobby Cox, Dick Williams, Bill McKechnie, Billy Southworth, Tony La Russa, and Joe Torre. So, and then you can go in here and you can find even more managers just that would be like considered like sort of Hall of Fame managers or whatever. So the site's owner is Stephen Galbraith, and he's done a great job. I haven't seen updates in this for a long time, so it's really nice. And you can scroll anywhere you want just by clicking these. These are sort of reference links in here, but there you go. So there's a bunch of Negro Leagues. There's even Negro Leagues managers here if you want to use those. So there's a lot. If you're into Negro League baseball, there's a lot. I mean, a lot. Then of course you get some nice, just wherever the Negro, just links elsewhere. Manager cards. So these are interesting. So, and there's lots of them, lots and lots of managers in this game. So you have to just read the installation instructions. But this is where there's just a ridiculous amount of managers. and everything's in a zip file. I would show you. They're huge. I don't even have them all. So here's season schedules for up through the 1970s. Actual as played schedules. Pretty cool stuff. Here are some of the ballparks that are available, and there's more. So if I click on this, it takes you to another link, and there you go. There's a whole bunch of ballparks, and ballparks are really important in this game because unlike Action PC Baseball or Digital Diamond, ballparks are a pain in the arse to set up. Now that being said, we'll be fair here. It used to be in the Apple website that you can only buy one ballpark on a CD. Now everything's downloadable, and the ballparks are only $6 each. So this becomes a little bit less important, I think. But I'm only scratching the surface here. But if you do play baseball for Windows, go join Digital Skybox. It's your one-stop shop. We haven't even looked at utilities and stuff like that, and that's in the other Digital Skybox site. So there's even more than just this. So really neat. There's the let me see if I can go to the old site here really quickly for you guys. Watch, it's probably just gonna go to the, let's see if I can just get it to the old site, because you can still, yeah. So this is the old one, and down here you can find like all kinds of utilities and stuff like that. I'm thinking that this is going to go away, but we just go to this members entrance here, and yeah, I don't have any login problems. We're good. So if we go to utilities here, this is interesting if you're a bit of a wizard. There's the Norwood career database, which is similar to the Layman database. So I don't even know if you're still here, Modern Relic, but this might interest you. Okay. Dennis Willis came out with all kinds of toolboxes for APBA. Here's the A+ lineup maker. Here's a steel limiter, team builder. So between the old site and the new site, there's just lots and lots and lots and lots you can see here. It's just crazy. And then there's some other ones that he hosts, like the Buck Miller Managers Collection, that you can buy this. I don't know how many managers are in here, but it's just a ridiculous just amount. Right down here, you got free all-time All-Star Hall of Fame All-Star Manager. And remember that these are all programmed, and they were a pain to program. So it's really, really cool that this still exists. But this is the main website, and again, so there's the Buck Miller archive. Let's see if we can actually get to it. So there we go. So there's all the archives. You could just go crazy and find all of these managers, more managers than you're ever going to need. Still here, says Modern Relic. So there's lots in this, here. And again, a lot of seasons here. Now, I'm not sure which format. Now, I'm just going to leave the screen up here for a minute. Okay. If you have 5.5 or lower, and I'm just going to move my mouse here and let you, this is basically, now it's only going to run on a 32-bit system. So, again, what I did back in 2021 or 2022 is I went on eBay, and for $89, I bought a Vista machine. It's a little Vista laptop. It's really nice. And I have an older version of Baseball for Windows. So, and I installed it on there and went crazy. So now you know how to find this. Yeah, Internet Archive, baby. which is awesome, by the way, if you want to do some baseball research. I don't know what else to show you here. There's so very much. I would say if you play the game, just put down the $10, and even if you don't want to go, for the whole thing, um, just go for it. And just the manager cards. Once you get used to this is pretty easy, and there's tons. What you do is the manager becomes part of your team if you just follow through this. But if you don't want to mess with this, just download like the managers that are available. Again, just those Hall of Fame managers are really fun. And if you're doing a season replay, there's plenty you're going to find in here. But I would say that if you're doing a dead ball replay, just download John McGraw. Because it's not going to be he's going to. In other words, you're going to have a manager who's going to manage dead ball right. Now, if you look around, though, on the site, you got to dig deeply, you'll find managers for the 1880s, 1890s. There's so many of them. But like here, too, the other thing that the game will differentiates is between replay managers and draft managers. So, like if we go here, like these 2000 replay managers, if you, for God knows whatever reason, you would want to do this, well, if you were replaying the 2013 season, there's all the managers. So there you can see there's Clint Hurdle for the Pirates and Matheny with the Cardinals and what have you. So they are here. Let me see what's in the latest updates. I have no idea. So you have draft managers, Hall of Fame, other managers, replay managers. Let's look at replay managers here. So, yeah. So some of these are going to have like names, sort of fake names, but you can kind of see what they can do and whether they're, like AIM or if they're AIM, non-AIM, if they're replay managers or if they're, for seasons, whatever. So, so there we go. There's a few more that we haven't seen. There's Al Lopez is in here as a manager that you can download. So, just so much on this site. It's pretty crazy. And seasons are very easy to install. I know a lot of people, are really interested in the 1981 season, that split season. 1905, of course. If you're a Giants fan, 1906, just a lot of good. 1908's not in here, but again, if you have this, then you can do it. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. So again, there's some freebies in here. There's a couple of original franchise All-Stars discs on here. But what I like is the amount of Negro Leagues on here. There's really a lot. So check it out. And I guess that does it for our broadcast tonight. Again, this is Digital Skybox. And you just got to, pony up a little bit of money for it. But the game's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So if you play Action PC Baseball, you know about APC Community, which is free. But I get this guy, there's actually there's a very the community for Baseball for Windows is very strong. It's very strong. There's a lot of people that still play this game. So I don't know Stephen Galbraith, but only through this site and corresponding with him a little bit. And this is really good. This is really good. So next time we're on, we're going to probably switch up the baseball game. We've got a lot of tournament. We still got to get through, finish round one and out of the park baseball. I'm going to get back and revisit the state collection in Action PC Baseball, Blue Rose cases, all-time greats franchise league. Maybe God knows what else we're going to do. So, so something to tinker with. Heat bubble moving in tomorrow. Yeah, so guys, be careful. It's not going to be a long heat wave, but it's going to be kind of nasty tomorrow and Friday. So if you can, you're not an Egypt like me and you work for FedEx where you got to be sometimes out in the warehouse and stuff like that. Just take care of yourself, stay hydrated, and just watch baseball, play baseball, and stay out of the dangerous weather because who needs it, right? With that said, we're going to close it out here. I want to thank Parallel League, who for destroying all my viscera inside with his awesome puns. Modern Relic, again, man, welcome to the family. Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you more here. It's a lot of fun. D. Scott Howard, our animal guru. He's got a great channel. He does a lot of pet sitting and stuff like that. Goats and dogs and cats and God knows what else. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. D. Scott is such a great guy. Such a great guy. So check out his channel. We're going to remember Philip Reynolds. What a good guy. Philip's long off to bed by now. Philip Reynolds, thank you for coming in. Todd B. stopped by to just say hi and everything. He's going to catch the game tomorrow and all the other blather going on, or the rabbiting. Samuel Smith was here, my erudite friend. Bernie Strom, partner in crime with Digital or Diamonds and Dice. So thank you, Bernie, for stopping in. Samuel Smith was the first one in the ballpark tonight. All right. I hope you will be back, Modern Relic. We really look forward to adding to the family. And this is a channel I'm never going to monetize. There's other things I'm working on, but this is a place I don't want you guys to ever have to sit through ads or any of that crap. And I'm not here to make money off of what everybody here has helped me build. This is a small channel, 600, and thank you for the new sub. So 676 subscribers is a small channel. And even if it, like YouTube has offered me monetization already and I don't want to do it. Not for this. Not for this. This is for all of us to get together and hang out. All right. Yep. Get some rest, fellow insomniacs, says Parallel League. All right, guys. As usual, take care of yourself. Do stay hydrated. Until next time, we'll see you around the batting cage. Good night.